Frankenstein's got a journal.
Ash, it's Vamp, explain it. What?
Clown stuck in the house.
Elena side to Damon? Huh?
Do I have your attention?
Yep.
Good. Now let's talk about vampires.
Let's go. Season 5. Hear me out.
At Rebecca's kegger with Elaine and friends, taking shots like Jordan Connor, that is, in the paint like Shaq. Fix it in post. You remember when we drove coast to coast, driving to LA, Cavalier and a U-Haul, even though that car was too small. Whipping around the Grand Canyon, trying not to fall in. Even when we rode, we were still ball in. By the bay, listen to Frank Ocean. Pour some coffee, I'll see you in 10.
Just give me the cue. I'll do whatever you want.
Mo money, mo problems, but I'm counting in the sweet spot. PD's on the track when the beat's hot.
Now let's talk about vampires.
Hello, welcome to the Vampire Diaries, the Vampire Diaries podcast where a guy's watching the series for the first time with a super fan who has seen every episode. I'm the titular Petey. Let's just say I put the Petey in Vampire, but please call me Pete, and I'm here with my co-host and co-parent, Ash. Hello, Ash. How are you doing?
Hello, Pete. How are you doing?
I'm well.
I'm well.
Any, have you interacted with any vampire media, anything lately?
I really don't think so.
Any vamp news?
Not really.
Wow.
Just watching watching Vampire Diaries doing Vampire.
Ash, let's give a plug up top for the merch.
Let's do it.
I think that if you order right when you hear this on Thursday morning, which I know everyone downloads it immediately, listens to it as soon as their little eyeballs open to the sun, I believe you'll be able to get merch in time for the winter holiday of your choosing. Well, not Hanukkah, that already passed.
Well, or currently.
But, yeah, Hanukkah ends tomorrow if you're listening to this on Thursday. But
True.
But look, you could be a late Hanukkah giver.
Yeah, oh yeah.
But,
still, you can give it for a winter gift.
Winter gift, New Year's prez. Mm-hmm. You can get your steady standing Stelena.
Yes.
T-shirts, hoodies.
Sporting my t-shirt now, and my sticker is on my water bottle.
Stickers, magnets, totes.
Hoodies, you said?
Mm-hmm. You could get your You Might Be a Bite Neck, which I suggest everyone gets that for, like, their grandparents and just confuse. Let's have a confusing Christmas. That's what I want.
That's funny.
This year I want a confusing Christmas. You might be a bite neck.
They'd be like, what? I don't know. Just trust me. Just trust me.
Is that a TikTok thing? They get mad.
It's not, because we're not on TikTok.
We're not. But hey, maybe someone on there has done something for us. I don't know.
I would have no idea.
We got our Spotify wrapped.
True.
But yeah, we don't know if we're on TikTok. Every once in a while on Instagram, we get a shout out or two, a message.
Yeah, that's good.
But Ash, like your presents this year for your desired holiday, Season 5, Episode 6, Handle with Care.
Of course.
Anything else you want to talk about? Hunger Games? Did we already talk about it?
Probably, but we finished rewatching the Origes.
The first 4. Some might say that it was my first time watching them.
Yeah.
For real, but I'm not sure.
They were very familiar to me on the rewatch. Very good. Love them. Classics in a way, I think.
I think they might be modern classics.
Yeah. But I'm excited to see the newest one.
Yep.
Maybe a little date day in the future. Maybe next week. I'm hoping we can see it.
Yeah, I need to know what Coriolanus was up to when he was 80 years younger.
Right, exactly.
We know what old Coriolanus did. But I need to see young Coriolanus. That's his name.
I know. He's talking about Snow, by the way. That's why they just call him Snow, because who was walking around saying Coriolanus?
I heard a audio like trailer today, and some girl's like, blah 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 Coriolanus. I'm like, they're not gonna call him like Corey or something, like
Right.
Like, let's get with it.
Yeah, just shorten it to anus, please.
I need to know what Suzanne Collins, is that the author? I need to know what her spell check was doing when she was writing Coriolanus.
Yeah, that's not vampires, but that was our most like recent delve into the YA.
The YA space. But wait, what were the mutts? Were the mutts not vampiric in a way?
I guess sort of, yeah. They were just mutts. They were just messed up creatures.
Watching the movie did make me interested in the books.
Yeah, same.
But I don't want to read the whole book and be like, I already know all this. I kind of just want to hit the Wikipedia or something and be like, what are mutts? Like, there's got to be some in-world lore about they were people who got, like, this happened to them and they got brainwashed.
Messed them up.
There must be that. And then I want to know if the 75th games was the quarter quell. Mm-hmm. I want to know what the other quarter quells were, because this one was oops, all winners.
Right.
I want to know what 25 and 50 was.
For sure. I mean, yeah, it definitely gives you questions you're thinking about that either are addressed in the books, but we just don't know, or are just questions as a viewer. It would be interesting. We could just ask our good friend Dina. She would know.
D-Nasty? Mm-hmm. I might have to leaf through one of them at the thrift store or something to see, like, writing style, like...
That's a good idea.
What jumps out at me.
Well, I tell my students to do that, too. When they pick a book to read, you got to read a couple pages, make sure it's not too hard or too easy. You want it to be just right. Make sure you're interested in it.
Mm-hmm. I just judge them by their cover.
Oh, okay.
Usually. I heard that's a good way to do it.
Mm-hmm. You do that in your personal life as well?
Books, people, yeah.
JK.
Etc. Movie posters.
Mm-hmm.
Speaking of books and movies, and then we can get into this.
Sure.
I've been reading some Stephen King. I don't know if I mentioned this. And I'm going one on, one off with Stevie. One for them, one for me, as they say in Hollywood.
Uh-huh.
Been reading some Stevies, and I have been reading the Bachman book specifically, which was his like pen name where he wrote either pre his own name or like he was doing a little bit kind of sicker stuff in a way.
Does it say Bachman on it or still says Stephen King?
It depends. If it's old, it says Bachman.
Okay.
If it's new, it says like you could get a collection of the Bachman books by Stephen King, you know?
Right.
Which Thinner is a Bachman book. Love Thinner.
What about the book that you are reading right now? What does it say?
It says Dear Martin by Nick Stone.
I mean, okay. The most recent Stephen King you finished.
It says by Stephen King writing as Richard Bachman because it's a newer copy.
Jinx.
So anyway, I've been reading these Bachman books. The Running Man. I read The Running Man, and then I just finished watching the Arnold Schwarzenegger version of the movie.
Oh yeah, you finished it?
I just finished it right now, and it was very different and bad.
That stinks. I hate when that happens.
So if the Hunger Games like movies are that good, books are probably good.
I think probably so too.
But the Vampire Diaries, we enjoy the show to varying degrees, and we're unsure of the books. Right.
Well, like I mentioned before, I was going to read the books when we started the podcast, but then I was like, this is just going to get too confusing. I didn't want to talk about stuff I read in the book that wasn't in the show and spoilers and this and that, especially because you're seeing it all for the first time. So it would, maybe when we're all the way done doing the podcast, I can go back and start reading the books. Mm-hmm. That might be a way to do it. But, I haven't read the books yet.
Maybe once we've done the episodes, we'll spin off into like, oh, we read one of the books, and oh, we're gonna watch the Twilights. I keep pitching the Twilights because I was like, the Hunger Games were good, but I think the Twilights are bad.
The Twilights are not good. I mean, we can rewatch them for sure.
Well, I didn't get deep into. I watched part of one of them, and I was like, this isn't for me.
I watched all of them. They're not good. Hunger Games is legitimately good.
I think it was pretty good. I still had like, I had the questions I mentioned before, and I had other questions along the way.
And then there were some parts that were a little bit slow, and you were saying, like, why are there no Hunger Games? But they kept bringing back Hunger Games, but just in different ways.
Yeah.
So they...
Excuse me.
But I would have watched, like, it be very repetitive. Like, I could have watched the first movie every year the same with different people in the different Hunger Games, like, arena.
Final Destination style.
Right. I
or
could have just,
Saw
like...
style.
I would watch that just on repeat because I really just like the arena and seeing, like, these different traps and these different, like, survival skills that they have to use, and I think that part's really interesting.
Yeah. So we'll see what the prequel's all about. We'll check that out. Excuse me.
Pete. We're losing him.
Sorry, smoking weed right now. Just kidding. I'm not. I just have
Just coughing.
a cough. We'll see what that's all about. We'll talk about Stephen King more, I'm guessing. Mm-hmm. Nick Stone? I forget if that's who wrote Dear Martin, but I'm reading Dear Martin.
I think you're right.
Ash.
I'm reading The Shards by Bret Easton Ellis.
Yeah, speaking of books to movies, real quick. I
didn't want to seem like you're the only one reading.
No, we'd be reading over here. Another book to movie where the movie is better, The Rules of Attraction. One of my favorite movies, not one of my favorite books.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's visually very well done.
Yeah, there's like good editing in there. Mm-hmm. There's interesting shots.
For sure. And it was like shots also that you'd seen for like the first time. You know?
Yes, which now, like, there are some camera tricks in there that now you just see in, like, I don't know, we were just watching something the other day and I was like, oh, that's the shot from Rules of Attraction when Sean meets Lauren.
Yeah. But yeah, when you saw that for the first time, it was very like, whoa, I can't believe that's interesting. I can't believe they did that.
Yeah.
Yes.
Ash,
right, let's do it.
It snows in that movie. It's cold outside for some of that movie. So let's jump into the cold open.
Oh, okay. I was like, what are we doing?
Also, at one point in that movie, Victor has just gotten back from his Euro trip, and he's telling his brodies about all the stuff he did at a diner. Cut 2. All right, Catherine is... All right, we'll talk about the show now.
Okay.
Catherine is at a diner eating a bunch of food.
What do you think about this trope of her being so hungry all the time?
Is she, or just in this episode?
I mean, they played it up so huge in this episode. She's had talked about it before, but it's definitely a main thing in this episode.
Maybe she's usually hungry for blood.
Right.
Okay, she's so hungry for blood all the time, and then this is like she's hungry for food. That makes more sense than just she's real hungry.
Yeah, because they make it like really obvious now.
Ash, she has a Rogue-esque white stripe in her hair.
Yeah, she does. I know, just like Rogue.
Which she quickly does
From
away
X-Men, by the way. Not like Rogue, like...
Oh, yeah.
I mean, it is Rogue in two different definitions.
For sure. Which she quickly does away with later. We'll get there. Mm-hmm. All right. Damon and Elena.
Wait, she has the white stripe in her hair post getting killed to revive Silas.
Yes.
I was about to say his name's Silas, and I was like, this sounds weird coming out of my mouth. But that is his name.
It is. Say his name.
Silas.
Say his name.
No.
No one is around. Damon and Elena are by the fire, snuggling. Mm-hmm. Damon says someone is going to walk through the door and shatter like their peaceful snuggle.
Like 10 minutes of snuggling, which we can relate to that. As soon as we start to relax, we start a movie or a show or whatever for 30 seconds, and then one of our kids walks in.
Yeah.
It's always within the first minute every single time.
It's like, oh, it was a minute 1. Oh, this time we only got 29 seconds in. They are pretending to be happy. Like today, they're hopeful that they're going to bring Bonnie back, but they're not so sure.
Right.
Damon counts down like someone's going to walk through the door in 5, 4, 3. And not exactly, but Silas does come in. Mm-hmm.
After being recently turned into a witch.
Yeah, he says, "Good morning, frenemies." He's a witch. He opens the blinds with his powers, and he's happy that he now gets to die after 2,000 years.
Right.
Stefan and Tessa are somewhere. They're in some cabin.
The cabin, yeah.
Amnesia or tequila has Stefan confused. Been there. They did body shots, Ash.
Apparently. That's what Tessa is saying, but she's lying a bunch.
She lies a lot. They do exposition. Tessa knows Silas is a mortal witch. And now Tessa can kill Silas. Silas wants to be with Elena's doppelganger, Amara.
You're going to probably just have to explain this for the next 10 minutes because in the beginning of this episode, there's so much exposition.
Yeah. That's why he wants to die. He wants to be together with her in the afterlife, but not the middle place.
Right.
The other side, the veiled.
He wants to be like legit just with her for eternity.
Damon and Elena just want to have a good day.
Yeah, it's going to be a good day.
Ice Cube style. And get Bonnie back. I want my Bonnie back. That's what they say the whole time. Elena doesn't...
sauce.
Silas's blood. Elena doesn't feel like she can trust Silas.
Well, duh.
Silas wants to destroy the other side, promising he can do both, but has to find the anchor.
Yeah, I will bring Bonnie back first. Then I will get rid of the other side. Then I'm going to die.
In that order. The anchor is the object Tessa used to create the other side. Tessa doesn't want Silas to have it. She wants him on the other side so he'll be trapped and not with Amara.
Right.
I wish I could relate it to the television show I'm working on right now. But I cannot, but a bit of a love triangle scenario going on.
This story that Ketsia is telling is so silly and weird in a way because at the end, I'm just going to jump to it for a moment. At the end, we know that Amara is not dead. She's just been, alive but desiccated or whatever for this whole time. So why? It's like, it doesn't make sense that Ketsia is like, well, I don't want you to be on the other side because I don't want you to be with Amara. Amara's not even there.
Right.
Ketsia is just trying to, be the puppet master to everything Silas because she's just so scorned by him. But even the stories she's telling and the plans she's making aren't like super logical.
But correct me if I'm wrong. Would it not be easier for them both to go to the other side than whatever Silas wants? You know what I'm saying?
Right. At this point, yes, because...
But Tessa knows that, right? But Silas doesn't know
Silas doesn't know that. Because Silas thinks that Amara is, like, legit dead.
So...
I mean, wait. No, I'm saying it wrong.
Silas thinks Amara is dead. Let's just say in the third place.
Okay.
There's Earth, other side, third place.
Right.
He thinks Amara is in the third place. He wants to get to the third place. But now knowing what we know, couldn't Amara and Silas go to the other side really easily, like right now? Except that the blood confuses things. Because can they go to the other side with the Remy in their system, as we discussed at length?
You also you can go to the other side if you're supernatural, which we're still talking about the end, but at the end,
is
Amara becomes human by drinking Silas's cure from his blood. Because she was like, I can't be alive for another 2,000 years. So she wants to die too.
So if she died right now, would go straight to the third place, but Silas would go to the other side.
Because he's a witch.
So that kind of got flippy-floppied, or is that
it did get flippy-floppied. They should have just taken like 2 seconds to been like, are you a human or not?
Well,
where are we going to go when we die?
You say that, but Amara's coming out of being desiccated for 2,000 years. I've seen you when you've come home from work a little hungry, So trying to speak reason to people in different scenarios doesn't always work.
That's true. I have also seen you in that exact realm, but not since you started working from home because you have full access to the kitchen.
True that.
And no long commute anymore.
Yeah, I used to be coming home and
You would come home ravenous quite
in a
often.
couple ways.
Oh my god.
Only, only in one way.
So anyways, they're having all these plans, but they just need better communication is all I'm saying.
Communication is the key. Listen to our relationship podcast where we discuss communication. All right. Just kidding. We don't have that. Okay. The anchor is the object Tessa used to create the other side. Tessa doesn't want Silas to have it. She wants him on the other side, so he'll be trapped and not with Amara. They're intercutting. Oh, I already said all this. Okay. Mm-hmm. The anchor is in New Jersey, a.k.a. Snooki's backyard.
Mm-hmm. That's what Damon says.
Mm-hmm.
That's funny.
Jeremy, they're all in the bros mansion, formerly Elena's mansion, formerly Uncle Nephew Zach's mansion. Jeremy's there all of a sudden with his crossbow. They're like,
hello, Hunter.
They all want Silas dead and Bonnie alive.
Yeah, they're like, this is going to be easy, guys. We all want the same thing.
Jeremy doesn't believe Silas. Silas can make fire out of his fingers.
Yeah. I still like Amnesia Stefan and Silas Stefan, and I like that they're both narrators in this episode.
Yes.
And Silas is wearing his black t-shirt, and Stefan is wearing his white t-shirt, but they basically are identical otherwise.
Yep.
It's a good structure.
What if Silas went out and got cornrows?
Oh my god.
So they could tell them apart. All right, Silas. I hope that I didn't write this, and I hope this is from in the episode.
Okay.
Silas is like a supernatural Madonna, always reinventing himself. They said that, right?
Yeah, that was not your words.
Okay, phew. Tessa tells Stefan about the travelers. Mm-hmm. The travelers don't want Silas to be with Amara. The travelers have the anchor. They constantly move it. Tessa says Silas won't be able to destroy the anchor. Hey, that's true.
Uh-huh. Also, the travelers are constantly moving. I guess probably hence why they're called travelers. Mm-hmm. Always moving the anchor, traveling around. New Jersey, Long Island.
All those places?
Delaware.
Dover, Delaware. Annapolis, Maryland. Boston, Massachusetts. They're all up in there.
Mm-hmm. Did you not do New Jersey?
It's Trenton, New Jersey. Mm-hmm. That was today's.
Oh. Pete and the boys have been studying their state capitals.
Yep. We've done the New England territories. Now we're in the Mid-Atlantic region. Just like my Mid-Atlantic accent. Oh. You know about that?
I know, but that's not how it sounds.
Oh, what I talk like this all the time.
There you
go. Silas. Okay, so they're going to New Jersey, Ash, road trip.
To find the anchor.
From Mystic Falls, Virginia. Up to
New Jersey.
Trenton, New Jersey.
Not that far.
A couple hours.
Yeah, just a couple hours.
All right, Silas says men only.
I know. Elena's like, are you serious? He's like, yes.
Elena can't go. Silas doesn't want to stare at a carbon copy of his true love all day. He says Damon doesn't understand, but Damon does understand, and that's the joke.
That's the joke. He says, yeah, he's like, let me know when you've been in love with someone who has the same face as your girlfriend before. Mm-hmm. Catherine, anyone?
Yeah. Silas doesn't know about that?
Mm-mm. Huh. Oh, he was desiccated in the friggin' Netherlands or whatever. Nova Scotia.
Nova Scotia, but hasn't he met Catherine and chased after her?
But he doesn't know that Damon was in love with her.
Okay.
And they had a whole thing.
All right, Ash, they're going to Snooki's backyard. Also, what if when they were driving to New Jersey, it started playing the Sopranos theme?
That'd be silly.
Lots of stuff going on in New Jersey.
Mm-hmm.
Silas shoots Elena in the leg with the crossbow magically.
Magic.
As if to say, do not come.
Do not come, you girl.
Men only. Which he didn't have to say men only. He could have said no Elenas.
Right, he would just been like, I don't want you specifically. But he's old and probably not super woke or whatever.
Oh, Lord. Cutting from Stefan to Silas. Paul to Paul, Ash. We're going Pauls to the Pauls. Tessa says to Stefan, excuse me, that Silas will die and spend all of eternity on the other side, far away from Amara. Does that track? I guess so. Tessa is super confident, but she's stuck in the house.
Yeah, whoopsies.
Klaus in the house, trouble a brewing. Silas put a spell on the cabin, so they're stuck until sundown.
And she knows it's until sundown because she taught Silas the spell.
I learned it from you, Tessa. I am not calling her Ketsia anymore, unless we're in a flashback.
Fine.
Catherine is at college. She dyed her hair. That tracks. Caroline thinks it's Elena for like 3 seconds.
Yeah. She just walks in and starts talking at her. Like, how would she know it wasn't Elena if she doesn't listen?
Caroline is mad at Ty for leaving to help those hybrids with no cell service.
By the way, I have students who come into my classroom and just talk at me immediately.
Yeah.
And I'm always like, good morning, so-and-so, and I won't answer them until they respond. And they keep saying whatever, good morning, good morning. And then they're finally like, good morning, blah, 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 blah. I'm like, come on, man, treat me with some respect. I can't come in and be like, this afternoon I'm going to go to my doctor's appointment, blah, blah, blah. It's very much that.
Yeah, a lot of people have most of the conversation in their heads, and then they just, like, say a thing. It's like, I wasn't there. I wasn't in this conversation.
No, you gotta get my attention, greet me, get me ready for what you're about to say.
For sure. You got to get a person a little bit ready before you just start talking at them.
It's true.
All right. Not only is Ty not there, but also Jesse, excuse me, is not calling her back. Do we know why did he get up in some mischief?
Who, Jesse or Ty?
Jesse.
Jesse is all strapped in, getting his blood tested and stuff.
I know.
We
Where is he
we
now?
haven't seen him since then.
Maxfield or like Aaron has him strapped up. Pete-diction. Caroline realizes that it's Catherine and presses her up.
She grabs her by the neck.
Caroline was moving out because Maxfield knows that she and Elena are vampires.
And he told them to leave and go back to Mystic Falls. So Karen's like, okay, we will.
Caroline's a classic rule follower. All right, Catherine says, don't move out and give up. You need me. She's going to stay there. She needs Elena's meal card. And she's going to help Caroline with Maxfield. They're going to take a crash course in Villain 101.
So not only is Catherine hungry this whole episode, she also has no money because she's a human, so she can't just like compel her way through her day. She has no job, no money, no place to live.
You would think in like the 1,000 years or however long she's been at it, she would have learned a couple ways to make some money.
Right, learn some skills. Yep, agree.
But she got lazy.
Yeah, totally. Just using her vamp powers.
Tessa gets a call from Elena, and she's annoyed by her doppelganger voice. She is dismissive of Elena. It says Stefan is in the shower. He worked up a sweat. She's insinuating.
Yeah, she lying.
Elena calls Damon. Damon tells Elena that he broke Stefan's neck a couple times. Elena wants to go to the cabin. They tell her not to. Silas tells a knock-knock joke. Knock-knock, who's there? The mayor. There's no answer. Silas killed the mayor. Why did he do that? Why did he say that?
It was so random. That is true that he did that. Mm-hmm. And when you're on a road trip, you might tell a knock-knock joke. Mm-hmm. But, I don't know. I guess it was just a way to show that even though Silas is, like...
Kind of doing good stuff.
Kind of, like, on board with the plan with everyone, they still have to remind everyone that he did the wrong thing.
Yeah, he killed Bonnie's dad. Mm-hmm. I said...
And he participated in snapping Stefan's neck repeatedly.
Mm-hmm.
That whole plan.
I don't know why I said it like this. Okay, Maxfield is doing blood film analysis. Why did I say okay? Cell growth rate is phenomenal.
We know this. They can heal.
He's creeped out, though. Caroline is there all of a sudden. Then Catherine injects his neck. Mm-hmm. Elena, what?
I was just saying how Maxfield doesn't need to do all this research. He could, like, just ask a vampire and be like, oh, what are your powers? What do you guys do? He could just ask Caroline and Elena and then be like, oh, maybe you can heal people? That's cool.
Maybe this Augustine vamp is too wild. Like, maybe it's more on the Daybreakers, like, freak vampire side.
Yeah.
Than the Ethan Hawke side.
Yeah, I can't say, but it's good that you're thinking about different types of vamps.
Because he could certainly ask this ancient Augustine vamp, this clandestine vampire.
Right, like, why are you doing all this research?
It seems like this Augustine vamp wilded out. Mm-hmm. It was grabbing necks.
Throwing people off of the second floor.
Mm-hmm. I am interested on why they did that.
Mm-hmm.
Elena shows up at Tessa's cabin. Elena goes in. Stefan says you shouldn't have walked through the door. And I said, now she's trapped too, ? And she is.
She is, yeah.
Stefan is annoyed. Elena thinks he slept with Tessa.
Yeah, she's like, you don't remember stuff, but I do, and you wouldn't act like this. You shouldn't be sleeping with her. And he's like, what? I never did that.
Yeah, he said he didn't do that, and also you're trapped in here.
Yeah, by the way, you can't leave.
He could have said, like, literally, don't come in here. You'll be trapped in here. We're trapped in here with a spell real quick.
Yeah. He just let her walk in and was like,
you shouldn't come in here.
You shouldn't have done that.
You shouldn't come in here.
Maybe because he's a little bit drunk from those tequila shots.
Oh, yeah.
Slow reaction time.
Ash, when you're doing body shots, where's your favorite spot? I'm just kidding. All right, Damon, Silas, and Jeremy are at the docks of New Jersey.
New Jersey.
They open a storage building. I was like, what is this place? It looks like a Costco. Mm-hmm. They look for the anchor. They don't know what they're looking for.
No, they're just opening up these bins with crowbars, looking for who they don't even know.
Mm-hmm. But they'll know when they see it.
Right, of course.
Maxfield is tied up. Caroline wants to drain Maxfield's blood so the vervain is out and she can compel him. Mm-hmm. They start draining his blood.
And Catherine is good at it.
Catherine is pretending she's Elena. Maxfield doesn't think they'll kill him because they would have just done that already. Mm-hmm. There's a gathering at the Whitmore house. Excuse me. The society was going to choose Elena and Caroline, but now that they're not because they're vampires.
Or they suspect that they're vampires.
But Catherine can sneak into the party or whatever because she's not a vampire.
Yeah, she doesn't have to be invited in. She's human. She just looks like Elena.
Back at the storage place, Bonnie is there to chat with Jeremy. They talk about her coming back to life, maybe. She doesn't think it's going to happen.
Yeah, this conversation is funny to me.
Yeah.
It's very much like, don't have high hopes. I'm not going to have high hopes, but you have to believe in it.
Don't jinx it. Have faith.
Yeah.
Like what? Jeremy says when you're alive, it's touching time.
Yeah, basically.
The travelers hate Stefan for creating the immortality spell. What?
You said Stefan, you mean Silas.
Okay. Damon gets a call from Stefan. It's Tessa, actually. She says for him to kill Silas. She tells Damon that she lured Elena there with Stefan with jealousy. Mm-hmm. Tessa is crunching Elena's mind. Damon needs to kill Silas before sundown, or Tessa will kill Elena.
Right, because Tessa wants Silas dead before he can, get rid of the other side.
Damon starts looking for the anchor a little faster.
Yeah, he doesn't want to he doesn't want to miss out on bringing Bonnie back to life, and he also doesn't want to kill Elena. Or get Elena killed, I mean.
Catherine goes to the Whitmore house. Diane Freeman is there. She's surprised to see Elena there, a.k.a. Catherine. Catherine's game in this episode is that she's hungry. She goes and eats a bunch. Maxfield's brother or whatever, Aaron, is there.
Yeah. His what's the opposite of if you're their guardian? What's the reverse of that?
Protege.
Okay, we'll go with it. Minor?
Ward.
Ward? Oh, okay.
My ward. What was that from? Like Sweeney Todd?
Maybe Sweeney Todd.
Alan Rickman is like, my ward. My ward.
So, the reverse. So, yeah, he's his ward.
Aaron. Catherine asks if he's part of the secret society, but she's not smooth about it. And then Ash, her tooth falls out. Nightmare fuel!
I mean, truly.
First, a streak of gray hair, then a tooth falls out?
Terrible.
Who is she?
An
old person?
A nightmare old person who's dying. I mean, yeah, first you get gray hair and then your teeth fall out. I hope that's not actually true. I don't want to lose it. I don't want my tooth to fall out just because I'm getting old.
Ash.
Will that really happen? Or that's just like make believe?
I don't know, dentures. But Ash,
I know, but that was like, people don't really have dentures anymore, right?
You can get veneers. I don't know, Ash.
I just don't want my teeth fall out.
Your bones get old. It's whatever. But here's my question. Here's a more serious question. It's more important. Did we miss the scene where she went to the beach that makes you old?
Right. Okay, fine. That's a good question.
Maybe that's what happened.
But that would have been surprising because, I mean, she left the beach.
True, which we know there's only one way to leave the beach. That's that one way.
Yeah,
the swimming way.
The swimming way. You're either swimming or you're dead.
Yep. If you can't swim, you're dead.
I would not be able to swim that far and that deep underwater.
Ash.
I'd be dead.
Would you rather go to the beach that makes you old or watch the video that makes you die in 7 days?
The beach.
Me too.
At least you're at the beach.
All right. Also, to fully timestamp this episode and make it a historical document.
Okay.
Would you rather go to the beach that makes you old or drink the Panera lemonade that makes you die? Have you heard of that?
Yeah, I know.
It's
the charged lemonade.
It's very annoyingly in the zeitgeist right now.
I enjoy lemonade, but I would still pick the beach that makes you old.
I've totally had that lemonade before, though.
Yeah, me too. I mixed it like with a couple different ones and the iced tea and stuff to make a supercharged Arnold Palmer, I guess.
I know. I think we have a... Well, never mind. I won't speak ill of the dead, but these people definitely died from that lemonade.
I know.
Which is very sad.
And cray.
But, yeah, we mourn their loss. But,
I'd pick the beach.
The beach. I would drink the lemonade.
Over the beach?
Yeah, because I'm not going to die. I already drank it.
No, but you said if it makes you, that it kills you.
It makes you die, but it didn't make me die.
Right. Well, then, yeah, I've already done that, too.
So pick the lemonade.
Okay, fine. I thought you were saying that you drink it and then you will die. Like you were saying it was a guarantee.
All right. There needs to be... Okay, Ash, we always talk about there needs to be scary movies again. The movie Scary Movie.
Right.
What if, cold open, they're watching the video that makes you die, drinking the Panera lemonade, and then Freddy's like... Oh, man, these people are never going to fall asleep. Because
I have too much caffeine.
And then him and the girl from The Ring, Samara or whatever, are just like waiting, like, no, no, you gotta wait 7 days. I gotta wait till they fall asleep. Ah.
I think that's good.
Also, this starts to get dark, which is in the realm of the scary movie. He would be like, by the way, how old are you?
Oh no.
Because in some of the movies, he's a child murderer, and then in some of them, he's
In the Freddy's.
yeah, he's different.
Yeah, he's different.
But anyway, when that
Yeah.
if we're going,
let's remember,
Okay.
delete the last part you said, but yes, the other part is funny.
all right, don't hold me to any of that. But also, also him being like, no, they're never gonna fall asleep.
Yeah, that's the
That's
joke.
good.
Yeah.
Everyone forget the rest of that.
Yeah. Let's never remember that.
And I'm not cutting it out though. I want to be held accountable,
Okay.
but not in any serious way. But scary movie, we need those back.
Oh yeah. There's so much like pop culture to be made fun of it. A scary movie type movie.
Yeah, we just need some more spoofs.
Yeah, the smooths.
We need the spoofs. That's
Wait, but we did watch some of a Hunger Games spoof.
yes.
What was it called?
We watched part of The Starving
The
Games,
Starving Game. Oh, sorry, I hit the mic.
and it was pretty funny.
And it was funny. I couldn't watch the whole thing. It was too long. It should have been like a half an hour.
It should have been a Funny or Die short.
But it was like the scary movie version of that. It was good.
Yeah. Look, they should just make
What was her name? Can't miss, ever kill, or something.
ever something.
Can't miss. Yeah, can't miss. Instead of Katniss. Yeah, they did a good job actually.
There should be like one of those a year. Like get the Wayans Bros on it.
Yeah, one a year that just like does the spoofs of like the most popular thing.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And,
I would
like,
watch that every single year.
Have it be called like Spoof Movie or Not Another Movie or Scary Movie X or
Or
whatever.
yeah, spoof movie 2023. Like it just spoofs the year.
Yeah.
Wow. If somebody takes this idea, you owe us money.
Just let me get into the room where you punch up the script and just like pitch ideas, and I'll bring my charged lemonade bit.
Oh my gosh. Okay, let's continue. That was a big tangent.
Touching time.
What?
Jeremy says it's touching time.
Oh.
Damon's looking for the anchor faster.
Yes,
Oh yeah, her
yes,
tooth falls out.
Yeah.
All right.
Okay. Like, where are we at, Pete? We'd already talked about all this.
Elena asks Tessa how she came back to life. Bonnie opened the door, and Tessa walked through that door.
Yeah. She said no one was looking, and I walked in.
Elena explains about Bonnie coming back to life, why she's sad that Bonnie's not, probably coming back to life in that moment. Mm-hmm. Stefan is going to make food for them, and I said, Stefan seems to be cooking up a plan. Jeremy says they can't kill Silas. He's going to bring Bonnie back. I said, they're in a quandary, Ash. Because, like, if you do this to that guy, then this thing won't happen to this person.
And this is what Bonnie was warning them about like a couple episodes ago. She's like, haven't we learned that it's never straightforward and there's always a consequence and
Damon and Elena were saying it earlier in this episode.
I know.
I would like to see an episode where they're like, all right, Silas is going to kill himself, Bonnie's going to come back to life, and then it happens, and they're like, all right,
And they're like, we did it.
the end. Bonnie's not coming back. They're sad. Bonnie is there, though, and says it's okay. Bonnie doesn't want Elena to die for her to come back to life.
Yeah, Bonnie would always sacrifice herself for others.
She tells, Jeremy to go help Damon kill Silas. Mm-hmm. If Elena died, she'd be in the veil? Mm-hmm. Okay. What if Bonnie and Elena, like, switched out, like, every other week? So, like, Bonnie could, like, spend time with Jeremy? Mm-hmm. Like, they were, like, divorced parents.
Like, yeah.
You get Jeremy. Can I get Jeremy for, like, 4th of July?
I'm silly.
Damon sees some other travelers, and they start speaking another language to him. Mm-hmm. His arms start burning up. Damon kills the travelers. They didn't want Silas dead yet.
They want the cure from him.
Caroline is calmly draining Maxfield's blood, and she gets enough out, I guess, that she can compel him. Mm-hmm. Answer my questions truthfully. All right, Augustine is a secret society. Maxfield is in the secret society because he's brilliant.
Mm-hmm. And that was him being compelled. So he really thinks that about himself.
Yeah, that's like kind of a Regina George moment. Like, so you really think that? Mm-hmm. You really think you're brilliant?
Yeah, basically.
Caroline asks about the Augustine vampire, but then Diane Freeman comes by, stops the whole thing. Caroline compels Maxfield and gets out of there. Freeman says Elena isn't a vampire.
Right, because she saw Catherine walk through the door, thinking it was Elena.
Maxfield is confused.
He's like, I forget things that I don't know why.
Stefan made something for dinner.
So I have no blood.
Yeah. Right. He eats a oatmeal raisin cookie.
Mm-hmm. They should have
drink some orange juice.
They could have just given him their blood to like heal him, their vampire blood. But instead they were like, you might be dizzy because you donated blood earlier today. Would you say Stefan's baking cookies?
He's making something for dinner, Ash.
I know, but I thought you said he was baking cookies.
No, Maxfield should have eaten a oatmeal raisin cookie and drank some orange juice. After he gave blood. Mm-hmm. Stefan made something for dinner. Feeds it to Tessa. Elena says, "You hate me," to Stefan. Mm-hmm. Strong words. Elena says, she's like trying to tell him stuff that he doesn't know because of the amnesia. Mm-hmm. Is it called p-amnesia at night?
Oh my god. Pete, that's so bad.
Why?
But it's not amnesia.
How do you spell it?
Oh my god. Oh, what are we gonna do with you?
Elena. Okay, Stefan's like, Elena, don't say a word. I got this. Like, Tessa can't hear him, I guess. I guess they have vampire hearing and she does not.
Mm-hmm. She's a witch.
Stefan won't let Tessa hurt Elena. Tessa calls Damon. He asks about the travelers coming after him, not wanting Silas to die. His blood is now the cure because he drank Catherine's blood.
Also, when Stefan is whispering and using vampire hearing to Elena, the fact that the shot is just of Elena's ear up close and you can only see her ear is so silly.
Yeah.
We're like, do we forget that they have vampire hearing? Like, that's what you are trying to show us? Mm-hmm. I'm silly.
All right. I said Silas drank Catherine's blood. That's probably why she's falling apart. Uh-huh. Silas goes to find the anchor. What is this anchor? 2,000 years. Indestructible. Stefan attacks Tessa, and Elena runs.
Mm-hmm. And then Stefan runs too. They both get out of the cabin.
They say the anchor is a person. I said, is it Amara? And then, yep, it's Amara. Tessa never killed Amara. She's desiccated. Mm-hmm. Why'd I have to find Amara desiccated? I was looking for an anchor. Right. I'm in New Jersey, and Amara's desiccated. The cure is like this. All right, I got it. Give me some time to work on it.
No, that's good. I'm with it.
Stefan gives blood to Amara. She cracks.
Silas.
It's another Elena, lol, I said. She says, go away, leave me alone. It's not possible. He hits her with the Shane West. Mm-hmm. Silas thought Amara was dead.
And it's his true love, and she's there, right, and he's with her.
Silas tells Amara he took the cure. It runs in his veins. He was ready to die for her. She says, I love you, Silas. Excuse me. Then grabs a piece of glass. She has to be cured and sucks his blood. She says, I can't live another day, and she wants to die also.
Right. Wow. So dramatic.
These old heads Get me out of here.
They could have just lived together, first of all, or they could have just made a plan to die together in a way where they were both going to the same place.
Yeah. Again, communication. Mm-hmm. Maxfield is in the lab.
Confused.
Catherine, as Elena, comes in. At some point, she took his recorder.
Yeah.
She swiped it out, or she or Caroline swiped it out of the beaker or whatever.
They took it off the table when he was hearing whooshing, and then they showed up earlier in that.
She listened to his recorder. Who is his subject? The Augustine Vampire? She wants info. Catherine says, Elena's my doppelganger. She has her tooth. Why did it fall out? I'm dying. You need to save my life.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, no. Probably Caroline doesn't know this, right? She's just going rogue like Catherine always goes rogue.
Mm-hmm. Literally. With her hair?
With her hair. But if my tooth and stuff was falling out, I'd be like, I need help.
Mm-hmm. Maybe she has scurvy from not eating a lot. She's hungry, right? Mm-hmm. He's like, here's my orange from giving blood. Here's my orange juice. Came back around.
Okay.
That will be in my scary movie script, too. It would make sense, but it would be in there.
Sure.
Amara is freaking out. Amara's name is a little bit like Elena's. Mm-hmm. Vowel, consonant, vowel, mm-hmm. consonant, vowel. But Elena is Elena. She's Amara. Mm-hmm. If it was Amera, it'd be like a switcheroo.
Mm-hmm. That was a good thing that you noticed. Probably because you got to write it down and see it.
Catherine kind of messes that up, though.
Yeah.
All these doppelgangers.
And she's really Katerina, but Katerri. That is vowel, consonant, vowel, consonant, vowel. I mean consonant vowel.
Yeah,
Katerina.
But longer though. But yeah,
longer.
Elena and Amara both 5 letters.
I know, but still follows the same pattern. Actually.
Maybe she goes by Katie.
She doesn't.
All right. Amara's freaking out. Sees Damon. Are you real? Are you? Mm-hmm. Are you for real? That's from not another teen movie. Mm-hmm. Are you for real?
That's from.
Uh-huh. And then they make out. The old lady.
The old lady. Mm-hmm. Selma Blair. With character.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Another good spoof.
Mm-hmm. We like the spoofs.
Stefan and Elena. Even with no memory, you're still you, Elena tells Stefan. He saved her. His instinct is to save her. Right,
because they are destined to be together. A.K.A. steady standing Stelena.
They're back at the Bros mansion. Damon and Jeremy are there. She fills them in. Damon says the day was marred by failure. They couldn't get Bonnie back, but Bonnie's there. Mm-hmm. Jeremy says she wants us not to worry. Silas is MIA, out and about. Amara is cured. She's easy to kill as a human. The fate of the other side is based on the life of a living being we need to protect. But they have Amara. Mm-hmm. Excuse me. And Amara freaks out when she sees Elena.
Yeah. You look like me.
Tessa is at the Bros mansion. She has a wound. She gives Stefan his memories back. But she gives him too many back. They do flashbacks.
She gives him not too many. She just gives him all back. And now he's going to have all his trauma.
Well, she's pointing them out. Well, she could give them back and be like, oh, don't worry about that. Well, but she's like, boom, boom.
Yeah, she's highlighting them for sure.
She reminds him of being in the safe and drowning over and over.
Mm-hmm. Like killing his dad and forcing his brother to become a vampire and all the...
Oh, my goodness.
All the killing. Yeah. So Stefan will be no longer Amnesia Stefan, but Amnesia Stefan was nice and chill. Now we got Trauma Stefan again. Mm-hmm.
If he starts ripping...
better be ripping off that shirt.
Elena's shirt.
No,
When they get back together.
his own. Okay, both.
Just kidding.
All right, Pete, how many fangs?
1.725.
5.
25.
I really like this episode. I like the Steph and Silas like back and forth I was saying earlier.
Mm-hmm.
I like the storytelling of the past. I always like hearing like the genesis of stuff. I think I would give it probably a 1.9.
That's pretty good.
I think you gave us at least a Pete-diction in the app, but what are you thinking is happening next?
Okay, so they have Amara. She doesn't know what's going on. She's easy to kill. Silas is somewhere and he's a witch. I think that maybe like Silas I think maybe Silas will probably be an issue, but then ultimately he'll join our gang to kind of get rid of Tessa, because Tessa has proven to be a wild card.
For sure. She
And
is definitely a wild card.
Kind of she's been Joker-fied in a way. And doesn't really care a bunch. I think maybe Bonnie will come back somehow in all this. And
What do you think about Maxfield, your buddy Maxfield?
oh yeah, Maxfield. We still don't know what Aaron's all about. Maxfield's ward.
Mm-hmm. He seems to not know anything about anything.
No. But I bet he gets wrapped up into something, though.
Mm-hmm.
They wouldn't bring him around not to get wrapped up.
Wrap it and slap it.
He might get wrapped up and slapped up.
So I just want to say that we're probably going to take a little break because the holidays.
Perhaps. We might
Likely.
We might bank one next week and put it out between Christmas and New Year's, but that's if we're feeling festive.
Yeah. I mean, we're going to be feeling festive. It means if we have time and energy. So we might not be putting out an episode until Jan. So just FYI, if you don't hear from us, that's what's going on.
That's what's going on. If all of a sudden I get a bunch of orders for Bite Neck stuff and Steady Stain Stelena stuff, I'll talk Ash into doing this next episode.
All right.
And we'll put it out on schedule. But if
Fair
not,
enough.
But if not, then we might come back early Jan 24. We started in the year 2020. Mm-hmm. And we are cresting into a new year.
I know. It's crazy. I already did some plugs at the beginning, so I think we're ready to wrap it up and slap it up.
Yep.
Rub it and slap it.